See what this guy is. He's kind of different than every other kind of chosen aspect here, or maybe he's the same. Here's the thing. He starts off feeling like you're just a normal person, which they all do. This is kind of what Neo thought. All right, this was a shepherd. This was a village guy. This is someone whose future was supposed to be pretty predictable at this time, at this stage in their life. He knew who he wanted to be. And then all this stuff gets taken away from you. And he did not get chosen because he wanted or desired the greatness, right? It was more of this pattern of things that have to happen that brought his life to this point. A bunch of stuff, right? I mean, this is some pattern that's going on. He is the reincarnation of Luz Theron Talima, who was the dragon of the Age of Legends. And he was born to a world that remembers the dragon not as a savior, but as a destroyer. And I'm going to talk about him before I wrap this up today, because this is a big part. We can't understand Rand without understanding this. So everybody has their perceptions already of the dragon, the previous dragon. And it's jacked up what he did. Not because he was a villain, but because he made a bad decision. Or he got played by the dark side. You literally did. Like, you handed up, you served him some cards, and the dark side came back. But so Randall, he grows up knowing these stories. Like, you're not really inheriting any glory. All you can inherit is the fears, because you're going to go crazy, and we'll explain why they go crazy. So from this moment his identity gets revealed, his life becomes this much narrower corridor. It's not the same. So every choice that he makes, you're closing other doors. This responsibility, this power, it isolates him because he's the only person who understands this. Nobody else understands even what's going on. So what he channels is the Satan, the male half of the One Force. Now, the interesting thing about the male half of this force is that it kind of demands domination. It isn't the soft part. The male part is 100% aggressive. So every single time he touches and reaches deep down to get this power, he risks going crazy, right? He risks actual madness. That's what happened with Luke, the predecessor, right? He went crazy. And it's not instantly, it's not even dramatic. It is this very slow erosion over time. And of course, when you're going through madness, you never realize, wow, I'm going through madness right now. It never happens that easily, right? And he understands this. So this power dynamic, it hardens him. Love becomes, remember, he starts off, he's very much in love. He's a sucker for love, as some would say. But he understands that he can't care about things because the Dark One will leverage it. Even his own, like the original, his predecessor, because he is the reincarnation of this guy, of Luz. So he gets his thoughts, so he understands how he felt intimately in ways that no one else can really even understand. So the most effective route he can take is to not be close to people. That's really all he can do. And he's doing it for your protection. Everyone else, this is all for your protection. It's not for my protection, because I'm going to be all right. But what he lives in fear of is hurting someone else. And we can kind of understand that. I'm just trying to get my stream on so I can monitor my YouTube part of it. So we understand that he has to take this role, because if he doesn't, lots of people are going to get hurt, and it ain't never going to be him. It's always going to be someone else. So this is kind of where he has to really start, and obviously has this girl that he's in love with, and so that makes a problem, and he starts to increasingly move away. Now imagine this, because it's a weird thing with his predecessor, him being the reincarnation of Luz Theron. This guy is inside of his mind all the time. So it's not just purely madness in that sense, right? Like literally, it's a voice inside your head. I mean, so this is bringing out emotions, right? It's also the memory of what goes along with what he did. So not only am I like, I killed all my family and I get reincarnated, I remember, right? So it's a level of cruelty that goes on top of everything else, right? Not only do I have to say, man, if I mess this up, I will break the world again. And this world you could see is in ruins, so it has not even been recovered from the initial break. This is a mess. This place is a mess. And then you've got that pressure, and then your nutty old self inside your head saying all kinds of crazy stuff, right? Sometimes it's a warning, sometimes it's sabotage. So I don't know whether to listen to his voice or not. Sometimes it tells him that he's going to tell you things that you're not ready for, knowing it. So it becomes this real conflict. It is not simply for him light versus a shadow like everyone else. It's constantly having to wonder whether you're going to be the villain, whether you're going to manifest what everyone said. Like, again, maybe you're even a power that should not exist. But he's dealing with this on a day-to-day basis. He is not trying to win. He's trying to endure without losing his own soul. So in a lot of ways, he is really not your traditional hero in that sense, not at all. And you know, I'm gonna assume that because of the way this story is written, that yeah, he's gonna come out of this on top, right? I'm just assuming that because we understand story structure. But I don't know. He doesn't necessarily seem like, to me, the person who can really handle the villain, who is the Dark One. And the Dark One already speaks, man. The Dark One does not hide. He's got his agents. See, this is always the imbalance. Why are the bad guys always more prepared? Why are they always, you know, trying to put it together in the ways that the heroes never are? The heroes are never ready. It's always some kid who doesn't fully understand his mission. He's got all this emotional stuff attached to him. And now I got to go fight against the baddest guy on the planet, right? It's like taking Michael Jordan on in his prime and you're not emotionally ready for it. You will lose. So this is all of his mindset as he's coming through this. Again, like, you grew up small town, but this is a classic story. Classic story, the small town boy, all of a sudden forced to do all these far more significant things. This is far more significant than anything his life had ever prepped him for. And this is one thing I think about storytelling that kind of needs to address that is, that's not how you win. You win by being prepped, by being ready. So this persistence on kind of taking these characters and dragging them out and forcing them. This guy didn't even know how to use a sword properly at this point, right? So he doesn't look in a lot of ways to be the hero that I think that this would need. But he's chosen, you know, I don't even know how he felt about it. It doesn't seem like there's ever been a moment. I know if I was like prophesized to be the one, the chosen one, and then it turned out to be me. I got 4 other homies, and we're all like, yeah, it could be you, could be you. And it was me. Man, I'm kind of feeling good about that. I don't know if he even gets that sensation out of, you know, what he's had to endure. Or how this process goes down. Knowing that the mistake, again, could break the world. And we're going to talk about, like, just what that actually means.